Wow, hi everyone. So another month has flown by. Pretty crazy right now. We are in a space of really no time. So it feels like time is really speeding up. And that's because, we're invited to live more and more in the present moment, more and more from our heart center. And as always, I'm curious, how did last month's reading show up for you? What messages did you get? What shifts did you notice in your life? If we remember rightly, it was the message we received, or the guidance we were getting, was around not seeing ourselves as a victim of circumstance, and to really holding our power, staying in our authenticity and our truth. And so I will just share a little bit about what was going on for me. If you sign up to my monthly newsletter, you'll have a clearer picture of what was happening for you. So I'm not going to go into all of the details now. But I had an unexpected health issue show up for me, which at times felt quite scary. And so it was a real test for me to trust that the divine has my back and that all was going to be okay. And it was really interesting for me to observe how I would shift in navigating this. Sometimes it would be I would be able to hold this trust and this faith, and stay in the present moment, stay true to myself. And then I would notice, with the changes of the physical sensations I was experiencing, that would create some fear, because something that I hadn't ever experienced before, and it had been going on for some time, and I didn't know, of course, where the end would be. So that was my experience, and I'm really happy to share that I went through it and come through the other side. And with the physical issues that were going on, it was also showing up some stuff for me around, emotions that were maybe held in the body that needed to be released, and some old sort of belief patterns that were just coming up to be shown again, so that I could finally release them. So that was my experience. Do drop in the comments if you'd like to share any of yours, and do visit my website, which is theconsciouscreationcoach.com, and you can sign up for my articles and monthly newsletter, and lots of other stuff. So feel free to do that. So let's get on with the reading. I haven't yet shuffled, so as I shuffle, I invite you to place your hands on your heart, and you might like to close your eyes. And just start by taking a few long, deep cleansing breaths in through the nose. And just imagine breathing in this beautiful white blue light. And as you breathe it in, allow it to trace along the brain, down the spine, and exhale out of the mouth. And with each breath, just allow it to take a little bit longer, maybe hold it for a little bit longer. And just notice as your body relaxes deeper into the chair, ready to receive the guidance and the new coding to raise our consciousness in ourselves. And so as you're taking a few long deep breaths, you might like to just set a soft intention for the reading, perhaps an area of your life that you would like guidance on. And we'll see what comes through. So I've already called on my guides. Okay. All right, here we go. So if you're new to this reading, we'll go around the board, and each position has represents a certain state, so I will reveal that as we go around. So let's begin. Nice. Straight away we're in with a beautiful card, and this represents where we currently see ourselves, what our current reality is that we're holding. Powerful cards. All right, nice. Okay. So I'm just going to have a quick look. And I really feel like, from the last month, if we, we were feeling like we were being invited to alchemize perhaps a situation that we felt weren't able to, we weren't in control of. Maybe we were feeling a bit of a victim, and hopefully we transmuted that during March. And so what it's showing is that we really are stepping into our authentic power, and looks like it could be an exciting month ahead. So let's get started. So we'll start with 12. And as I said, this position is all about the reality that we're currently holding. And 12 is embodiment of 3. And 3 is all about our unique expression, how we show up in the world, how we creatively express who we are. And so 12 is about really embodying that. And if we look at here, pretty much with the arrows in all directions, it pretty much tells us that it doesn't matter which way we go, we can't get it wrong. We can't get it wrong. And so 12 is about really being able to create our life beyond our human mind, beyond our thinking, and allowing the divine mind to come through, where we're just really listening to that guidance that's coming in, and then trusting that guidance and taking action on what we're receiving. So that's where we're currently at, which is amazing. And so what is being reflected in our reality, in our external world, and this is about, this is the frequency that is showing up in our external environment, so with our friends or family, work, colleagues. And so it's saying that we're in our personal power, and perhaps the people that we're engaging with are also coming from that sense of personal power. So we have shifted massively through that victim consciousness, which is awesome. And so 8 is about, personal power, inviting in abundance into our life, and just really feeling centered in the body. We're not so much hooking into things outside of us. We're not being affected so much by things that are happening in our external world. We're able to hold our frequency and stay grounded and centered firmly in our truth of who we are. So I love that. All right, so moving around. So this position is about, what is the underlying energy that wants to be seen, which might be related to the intention that you set, or what source would like you to see that perhaps you're not seeing. And so we have 33, and this is a real, it's a master number, so it's very powerful, and it's about recognizing that we are the creator of our reality. We're literally creating moment to moment, and as we create, we're in the creation at the same time. So it's asking us to remember that we are creating in every moment, so that we can be more aware and mindful of the choices that we're making and how we're responding to what is being offered to us in the external world, and remembering that we do have a choice. So if something feels good and we feel excited by something, then great, let's move towards that. If something is causing us to maybe contract a bit and we feel a bit cautious, then take notice of that and do some self-inquiry of what that might be. So it's a reminder that as we're creating, we really are tapping into that miracle frequency. We can create miracles in our life. And we're moving up to, out of our kind of conditioned personality responses and more into the divine expression. We're starting to really tap into our divine frequency and hold that for so much longer. And that's, really coming from 5th level consciousness. So that's brilliant. All right, so this position, the 4th position, is about the support that we're receiving from the divine, how we're co-creating with the divine our reality. So we've already been reminded that actually, we are in the space where we can create that miracle frequency from the divine mind. And again, 11 is a power, a master number, and it is about really tapping into that divine intelligence and taking action from that. So when I said earlier about, letting go of that human mind, our conditioned mind, so we're creating without really putting too much thought, because when we think too much, we start to analyse and then we drop out of that frequency. So it's about really creating just by getting the hit that we had here, getting that guidance, trusting it. Oh, it was that one, I think. Trusting it and then following on through on that guidance without really, giving it too much thought. So trusting over doubting. Beautiful. Okay, so this position is about, well, if we're following all of this, then what is possible for me? And so this is revealing the energy pattern that's is divinely supported for us to shift into. And so the first card I pulled was 10, and I always think of this as like disco lights. So it tells me that we're about to step into we can celebrate how far we've come. We can feel more lighter, more joyful, and just kind of go with the flow of life, dance through life, feeling more secure in how our life is unfolding and approaching the unknown from that space of excitement rather than being fearful of the unknown, because really we don't really know anything very much. We can only predict our the next day or the day to a certain extent, and the rest is just unknown. And actually, isn't it more exciting and a bit of an adventure of life if we are embracing what might come our way and how we respond to that? So 10 is embodiment of 1. 1 is all about new beginnings, essentially birthing ourselves as a newer version, a higher version of the one we've been up until this point. And so with that, we have an opportunity to create a new beginning for ourselves. And that could be guided from the new insights that we're starting to receive. And so 10 is about embodying that. So we're going to start to receive ideas that we might not have received before, like how to create our reality. And they're going to be from a new earth consciousness. So higher ideas coming from that unity consciousness, joy, love, over, the fear and survival behaviours. And so we're really tapping into our unique expression, our unique essence. And so we can create beyond that third dimensional reality that I was just sharing about. So that's really exciting. And I pulled another card just to get some clarity. And we got 9. And 9 is about being in relationships where we are in our high self, our divine self, and we're able to connect with others from that same space. We're seeing each other through the conditioning and into the, seeing each other from a higher level, not from the conditioned version of ourselves. And so it enables us to expand our state of consciousness. And it also might suggest that we've also got to a space now where we've kind of come to the end of the line with certain things in our life. So it could be like a project that we've been working on. It could be our own self that we've been working on. Maybe we've finally healed a lot of programming, and now we're ready to shift into a new reality. So yeah, it's basically saying that we've completed a stage of our life, maybe even a chapter of our life, and we're ready to invite in something new with the new beginning. So really exciting. And then this position is about, well, what's the new pattern that's now being created? What is where are we shifting into? And this is about then holding, so it's about what are the frequencies coming through related to your intention that you set for the reading. And so we have 16. And I love this. I think I've shared before, it reminds me of the Hindu festival Holi, the Indian festival, and just like, throwing paint, and just, it's like a blank canvas. We're just, creating something new from a blank, from a new space. Hello, Lola. You can't see her. Oh, there you can. There she is. I'm just finishing this. I'll be right with you, all right? Thank you. So, so 16 is like, and as I was actually just sharing, if we imagine that this is where we were in this reality, and now we've kind of broken through, and the world is our oyster, we've cleared a lot, we've healed a lot, and we're ready to step into the next chapter of our life. And so it is about, reprogramming our mind from the lower consciousness to higher states of consciousness, being able to see more clearly when we maybe have gone into our old conditioned patterns, and so we can move through them much quicker than before, and remembering that in each moment we have the opportunity to choose a new reality, to choose what it is that we're creating. We're less on autopilot and more conscious of what the choices are that we're making to serve our highest good. So I think this is a really beautiful reading for April, and I'm excited to see it unfold. All right, so I'm going to draw. Just going to draw a I Am Journey card to support the reading. So I'm just going to ask to be shown a statement that will help us to hold this frequency throughout the month of April. And I'm just being reminded, if any of you who are tuning in recently joined our Freedom Summit, our online Freedom Summit, which was called Out of the Darkness into the Light. And I'm just seeing here that it's pretty much telling us that we have come out of the darkness, out of that victim mentality, and we're now starting to step into our light, the light of who we are. So I think that's really, really beautiful. So let's see, what have we got here? Okay, so we got, I am the light body. I release judgment of my body and I choose love. And it's also an 11. So it's a reminder that, when we're coming from our divine mind, we're not judging, we're just being. So let's read from the book, see what we have. Lola's still with us. You enjoying this? Yeah? I think actually she wants a treat. I have to say that quietly. Here we go. Okay, I am the light body. And before I read it, I just got the hit that, of course, I'm recording this on Good Friday, on the Easter weekend. And of course, it's all about the resurrection and the light body. So, perfect. So it says, you are experiencing an energetic upgrade and awakening to a deeper intelligence. This allows you to have visions, heightened intuition, and divine experiences. The light body is an activation to access greater potential by upgrading cellular consciousness. The awakening of the light body is a magnificent process that can bring in extremely high frequencies. When you go through extreme moments of awakening at a deep cellular level, DNA healing brings you through an initiation. This initiation is a purification wherein you pass through many levels of consciousness that hold specific insights. You are called to step into higher levels of frequency that shift your experience of the physical body. Love your body without judgment. Allow this healing process to not only clear you of density that no longer serves you, but also to bring you into union with your soul. Affirm aloud, I release judgment of my body and become my light body. And so essentially that's what the resurrection symbolizes, becoming the light body, stepping into a higher state of consciousness. And I think the other interesting thing here is it says about going through an initiation process. And yesterday I put out an invitation to a course that I'm going to be running very soon called Initiation. And it's a 12-week journey where we are literally getting more united with our soul. We're embodying more of our soul so that we could become more, we can start consciously creating the reality that we desire to have. And that's going to be from our soul's mission and purpose, from that higher state rather than our lower human desires and wants and needs. So it's really helping you to step up to a higher state of consciousness so that actually what you're creating is wilder and more incredible, more amazing than what your human mind could possibly think of. So if you haven't checked that out, check out the video, and there are ways that you can let me know if you're interested in finding out more. So I thought that was a perfect segue to drop that in there. But we're going to code now. So just take a couple of long deep breaths again. Placing your hands on your heart. And we're going to bring in this code into the ascended DNA within the pineal gland in the center of the brain. And so just imagine, just bring your awareness to the center of your brain, just behind your eyes. You might just feel a little tension there. And as this code comes through, we're going to activate the ionic grid, spin the electrons and the hydrogen atom as this sends this new high frequency code to every cell in the body, enabling us to hold this high frequency and navigate our lives with greater ease. And so the code coming through is 3, 8, 33, 11, 1, 9, 7, 11. So just take a few long deep breaths here. Maybe hold your breath. Receive this frequency. For me it feels like kind of warm bubble appearing around me, like a golden light circular light all around. Okay, let me say thank you, I love you, it is done.